Hello, hello, hello. It's Jamie Boglin, and I'm super excited for you to be here today. I will wait for a few other people to hop on, but you've made it. Congratulations. You've made it to the webinar today titled Create a Mindful Family so that everyone can feel zenned out. Wouldn't that be awesome to have everyone in your family in flow and just chill, and there's no like sibling rivalry? It's just utopia at your house, right? All right, so that's why I'm here today. I want to show you how you can get that in your family, how you can get that for yourself, for your kiddos, so that everything just starts moving with more flow. And first of all, I just want to thank you for carving out the time today, because that is how you are going to get results, is when you can carve out the time, when you can actually commit to this hour-long webinar. If it even takes that long, it shouldn't. I know moms are busy. I know we've got lots on our plate. And so I try to be respectful of your time. You will find that I will talk quickly. But it will be fun. I like to have fun. I don't like to do anything unless it's fun. So, all right, let's move right along. And I will get into all about me. So why you should be listening to me, Jamie Boglin. I have to say I have a couple roles that I'm super, super proud of, and I hope you do too. I'm almost positive you do. But one of the roles that I am most proud of is being a mom. And I wouldn't be a great mom, unless I had the support from my husband. So I am also a wife. We have 3 beautiful children. They're amazing. They're fun. They make me laugh, and sometimes they make me pull my hair out. But that's okay, because that's why I use these tools and tricks, and I get back into my zone, into my flow, and I can feel at peace again, and I'm happy, and that's what I want to show you. So, all right, so here are my 2 beautiful kids in the picture, Mackenzie and Carson. And then actually 2 years ago, we started fostering a little boy. And so he's not shown in this picture, but he is still in our house, and we have lots of adventures and journeys with him, and he's amazing. So, all right, I am also an entrepreneur. That is like something I didn't choose, but I feel like it chose me. There's just, I used to be a public school teacher, and it just didn't sit well with me. I constantly was trying to figure out, how could I make more money? How could I do this differently? How could I have people stop telling me what to do, right? And so then that's when I started a mobile gym for kids, and that was like where I flourished. That's where I felt the most happy, is when I was teaching on the bus with those kiddos. I was able to dance and shake my booty, have fun, listen to the great, amazing things that the kids say. That is like one of my favorite things to do, is talk to preschoolers. The things they say, the way they perceive the world is really, truly a gift and amazing. And that's one of the things why I find that being so mindful is so amazing, is because you actually can take the time out to just listen to what they have to say and think about how they think of the world. Like, it's so awesome. So I'm an entrepreneur. And then from there, of course, again, I found myself thinking, okay, how can I make more money? How can I make this better? What can I do? How can I reach more people? And that kind of led me here to the Fab Mommy lifestyle, where I coach women. I can coach more women. I can reach more people. And I can, not just in my little niche of San Diego, I can go all over the world, right? So some of my amazing clients have been from Australia, and we've had some from Costa Rica, and they're awesome and amazing. So it's really fun. I kind of get to feel like I travel a little bit myself. So, all right. And I'm also going to be drinking water throughout this webinar, because talking makes me thirsty. All right. So another way that I perceive myself as an athlete. And that is one of the ways that I find that I get in my flow. That is one of the ways that I find myself staying sane. And it's also just one of the ways that I keep myself healthy, you know? We all need it, and I love it because it has mirrored what my kids do. And so because I am healthy, because I make a priority of my endurance program, of my running, that my kids now find it important to work out and to stay on a team. And they know that it's not important to stay home and play video games, right? All right, so we're going to move right along, and everyone else can just join on as they come on. But in this webinar today, you will be getting lots of hot points. For mindfulness, how to create a mindful family, how to get everyone so that we're all on the same flow, so that things come to us with ease and it's not so hard and we don't feel so stuck and we don't feel so overwhelmed, right? I know there's a lot of moms out there that feel like this, and it's kind of, I feel like sometimes we just accept it and think, oh, this is how all moms are. We're all overwhelmed. We're all stuck. We all are in this like rat race. And when the kids are gone, then we'll have time to do whatever we want. And if we want to meditate all day, we can do that. But I'm here to tell you that that is not the case, because we have the present moment now. We never know what's going to happen. And so we need to make the most out of what we have now, right? So today we will be talking about how to get yourself more mindful. So I am a huge believer in mamas are the thread that weaves the cloth of our whole family. So when we become mindful, our family becomes mindful. And so it starts with you. And that was one of the things too, when I was teaching on the bus is, yeah, I was getting all these kids healthy and trying to get them to eat right and exercise, but they went home then to their families, and their families, that wasn't always a priority for them. That wasn't always the model at home. And so it was really hard to get people to change lifestyles and to start leading lives like this. But so that was one of the reasons why I moved and I switched over to the coaching of the mothers, is so that we can change those lifestyles, and then it trickles down into our families and our kids. All right, one other thing I wanted to make sure that you stay till the very, very end, because I have something coming up in my business that I am super thrilled about. I'm really excited to share with you. I have a new program coming out, and I have to tell you, it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited about it. It's going to be full of fun for you and your kids, but it's going to be offered at a ridiculous price. And so if you make it to the end, I will tell you how you can get it at that ridiculously cheap price. Okay? And so just make sure you stay to the end. I'll tell you, I'll give you all the details, and we can set you up. But all right, back to what are the other hot points in this webinar. So I want to teach you how to notice your breath. Like, that is where you breathe in and you breathe out. And yeah, we do it all day, but I want to get you to notice the difference in when you can start noticing your breath, when you start concentrating on how long or how short your breaths are, right? And so I'm going to teach you how to do that in this webinar today. And then also, I want you to see what happens when everyone is mindful, everyone in your family. So that includes the babies. Yes, babies can be mindful, right? That includes the kiddos, the tweens. Now, mind you, I have a kid in every age bracket right now. I have a middle schooler, an elementary schooler, and a preschooler, okay? So I feel like I have my bases covered as far as tips and tricks on how you can adjust this to all ages of your family, right? Except for the teens. But I actually, I work with teens too in a coaching program. So I feel like I'm pretty good on all the little ages there. All right, and then also in this program, I'm going to teach you how to check in with yourself, how to check in with making sure everyone else, they are staying present, they're staying mindful, they're staying peaceful and calm. Because remember, we would just want ease and flow to come to us no matter what we're doing, no matter if your kid is throwing a tantrum in the grocery store, no matter if your daughter is screaming because her hormones are out of whack and she has no clue about how to control herself. So, all right, let's keep on moving. So a little bit about me. I did not used to always be super peaceful, I guess you could call it. I used to have, I feel like I was like on the cray-cray train is what I'm going to call it. But I was very overworked. I was constantly overwhelmed. I wasn't eating healthy. I was not exercising. And I definitely did not have the patience for my daughter. I only had one kid at the time. One kid, one job, and I had no patience, didn't have time, all of that, right? And now I have 3 kids. I have a job. And I do my endurance program, and I feel like I have so much time all the time, and I get so much more done. I'm so much more productive. I'm in a better mental state, right? And I have to tell you that it all started with a yoga class. Now, I went to yoga because I wanted to lose weight, that last like 5 pounds, whatever. Well, if you know anything, yoga is not really like an aerobic exercise or anything, so you're not going to lose weight just going to yoga once a week. But what happened is we would do these meditations. We would start out with a meditation, we would end with a meditation, and slowly I just kept feeling these shifts. I just kept feeling this relaxation, this peace and calmness coming over me. And then I realized I'm at the grocery store and I'm thinking differently, like, oh, I've got this. I can do this. My daughter's screaming in the cart. It's okay. I'll just keep walking. I'll deal with this. I wasn't like, oh my God, what are we going to do? I got to get out of here. So yoga and meditation, it was like my gateway to finding my peace and calmness within, right? It's how I found out how to be me. So that if I'm going to tell you to start anywhere, I tell you to start with meditation. Yoga is awesome too, because I'm a big believer in just being physically fit. So that's where I started. But I'm going to teach you lots of things in here about how to do it in your home. Quick, fun ways too, so that you can incorporate your kids. So, all right, grab a pen and paper, and we're going to do a little game throughout this webinar today. Let me check too. Do we have any phone calls? Any converse questions? Remember, there's a chat box on the bottom, so please feel free to write any questions in there. We don't have any right now. We got Jen from LA. Hey girl, how are you? All right, so this is what I want you to do with that pen and paper. First of all, I want you to carve out the time to finish this webinar, right? No multitasking. We're not going to be doing any of that. Excuse me. We're not folding clothes. We're not doing dishes. We're not bathing the kids. If you need to watch this later at night when all your kids are in bed, or wake up early, which is my big, huge suggestion, wake up early when nobody else is around, everybody is sleeping, and you can just lie comfortably and listen along. But what I want you to do with this piece of paper is I want you to notice how often do you get distracted in this webinar, okay? How often do you think, oh, I should go write on that paper, or, oh, I need to go put this thing away, or maybe I just need to sweep this little spot on my floor? How often do you find yourself getting distracted and wanting to go do other things, okay? So you're not going to go do other things because you just promised me you're going to be mindful, but I want you to just simply write down a few words, maybe just a single word of what you were thinking you needed to go do. So for instance, with the examples that I just gave, sweep. I would write sweep, or papers, or I forgot what else I just said, but just simple words like that, okay? And then I want you to think to yourself, could I let it wait? Okay, can you just let it wait? That's part of being mindful, is not multitasking. When our brain switches back and forth, it doesn't function properly. It can't just click into overdrive like that. So if we can just finish one project and then switch to the next, you are more productive. Now, I understand sometimes you've got kids pulling on your legs saying, Mom, 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 but I'm going to teach you how you can just get from one project to the next smoothly, easily, and effortlessly. All right? Doesn't that sound great too, by the way? Like, how many of you are not doing that right now? And you're walking around and you're frazzled and all of that, right? All right, so let's go ahead. And I want you to imagine yourself sitting on this couch right here. And this is your house, by the way, that you are sitting on the couch at. Notice there's no clutter, no toys, no Legos all over the floor. There's not towels hanging on the railing. It's just a nice, peaceful view. So I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose. And go ahead and let it out slowly. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do one more. Okay, so I have a quote here, and it's really profound, and I'm all about short quotes, and this one is not short. So let me take a quick drink. I'll take a quick drink while you're sitting on your couch enjoying the view. All right, here it is. Our true home is in the present moment. To live in the present moment is a miracle. The miracle is not to walk on water. The miracle is to walk on the green earth in the present moment, to appreciate the peace and beauty that are available now. Peace is all around us, in the world and in nature, and within us, in our bodies and our spirits. Once we learn to touch this peace, we will be healed and transformed. It is not a matter of faith. It is a matter of practice. We need only to find ways to bring our body and our mind back to the present moment so that we can touch what is refreshing, healing, and wondrous. That pretty much sums up everything that I feel from the core. If I was not able to be able to learn how to touch the peace within my body, within my spirit, and if I did not keep practicing, I don't feel that I would be in the transformation. I don't feel like I would have made the transformation into the life that I have today. And I feel like I would still be stuck, and I would still be overwhelmed, and I would still be grinding my body to every hour, staying up late, trying to work on my business and not exercising. I would just be in that wheel, that constant pulling and tugging and pushing, where today I tell you, I feel like I can sit on that couch and just sit and enjoy that view. Now, that is not my living room, but that is how I feel. That is how I feel when I sit in my living room. And I do have some toys on the floor. Anyways, all right, so we're going to keep moving on. I hope that was you really heard that message. it's really about just noticing what you have and what you have now and how it makes you feel. Okay? All right, so when you can access that peace from within your body, within your soul, within your spirit, you're going to feel restored and you're going to feel refreshed. You're going to feel rested. I want you to look at your life right now, and I want you to think, do you feel that most of the time right now? Or does that feel like it's a long, far away dream? When we access that peace, it also gives us patience. How many times a day would you love to have more patience with your kiddos? How many times a day do you say something and then think, why did I even say it that way? I didn't even have patience and sit down with them and talk to them. But when you can start implementing these tricks and these tools and start leading a mindful life, patience just becomes part of who you are. All right, so now you can also see, when you access the peace, you can also see what's significant and what is not. So a lot of the times when I hear my kids bickering, it's so funny because I'm like, that's not even significant. Like, why are they arguing over it? Why are they wasting their energy? But that is something that I think that a lot of times we tend to do when we're stuck in our ego and we're stuck in that lack thinking of, oh, this is important. I got to get this done. I got to do that. Sometimes that stuff isn't even significant. Like sometimes we're asking our kids to do things and we're like, if you were to step back and think about it, it's not even important. But we have that constant need to maybe feel in control or to keep things in control. If I can control this, I'm in control. And so when you access that peace from within, that mindfulness lifestyle, you can clearly see what is significant and what is not. You're able to calm all that mental chatter down. So the things that tell you, like, you can't do this, you need to keep going, this won't happen, you don't deserve this, or any of that, right? All that mental chatter, when you become aware of it, you're able to just dissipate it. You're able to quiet it down and tell it to go away. That was one of my huge things. Like, I always had this mental chatter telling me, it was a lack thinking too. Like, you can't do this, you're not good enough, blah, 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 blah. Once I learned that was just my ego speaking, my whole world changed. I was able to start speaking up for myself. I was able to start speaking. I never even would have gotten on camera before, right? All right. And then the other thing is, when you access the peace, is time just slows down. Now, people always tell you when you're pregnant or when you're starting a family, like, oh, you better enjoy it while you have it. Time goes by fast. Like, yeah, you can tell somebody that every single day, but until you are in the moment, nobody understands what that means. Nobody understands that how fast life can go, right? So when you are more mindful and peaceful and at ease and in flow, your time just slows down. And you're able to enjoy that time. All right, so let's dive in. I want you to keep your pen and paper so we can start taking notes. Look at these kiddos. I have such a love for kiddos. I swear, a kid could do anything, and I think it's the cutest thing in the world. All right, so step one of making your family more mindful is teaching them and yourself about your breath, right? How to get out of your head and into your body, and just slow it all down. And so one of the things I like to do, especially with the kids, is my balloon breaths. Now, I hope you guys can see me in this recording in the top corner, but a balloon breath is where you're going to breathe in your nose and then you're going to breathe out your mouth. And what I like to do with my arms is when I breathe in, I bring them up over my head. And then I breathe out. And I tell the kids to pick a color of their balloon. And so a lot of the times I like to go through every color, and that gives us like 5 at least? What's Roy G. Biv? 7 colors. And so it goes down, that's 7 deep breaths. Now the reason these are so important is because it renews all the oxygen in your body. It gets it in and out. It cleans it out. Deep breathing will help bring that stress level down. It helps slow down time. So a lot of times our kids will get caught up in that rat race that, come on, let's go. They don't have a sense of time. But because we are constantly moving them, they get caught up in that too. They feel our energy with that. And so by being able to teach them how to slow it down with balloon breaths is a great tool. They can use this when they're upset. They can use this, a lot of the times I like to use it in the car because you're getting, like in the morning, getting ready for school. You've got to be at school on time. And so you're like, come on. Did you get your lunch? Did you get this? Come on, get in the car. And then you get in the car, and that's when you can be like, okay, let's let all of that go, and let's let our worries float away in those balloons. And so if you can give them that visualization of their worries floating away, that's huge. And then the other thing I like to do is just child's pose, right? That's what that little girl is doing with her forehead on the ground. But this just kind of lets you surrender to gravity. It makes you hunker down into like, this is where I'm at right now. There's nothing to think about except what is going on in that present moment. And it helps loosen the front muscles. And then it gives a nice little stretch in your back muscles. It gets the blood flowing differently. But it's another way to just kind of help relax. All right, so are there any questions on those so far? Those are just a few ways that I like to help my family notice their breath. Let me check the questions. Okay. Awesome. All right, so step 2, we're going to step back and slow down. So have you ever noticed, I notice this all the time with my 2-year-old, is how they are just naturally in flow. They are naturally never worrying about bills or where the phone's at or the time, like anything. They are just in flow. Like they see a flower 2 feet in front of them and they're beelining it for the flower. And they're going to look at the flower. They don't even notice the cars driving by or anything like that. And so that's because that they are more present than us, because they already know how to do this. And it's us changing them, when really, if we can step back and slow down, it's them that needs to change us, right? So we just need to listen, and we need to stop talking, and we need to just listen, right? So one of the ways that I love to do this, for me personally, I haven't really figured out a way to teach my kids this yet, but is to be observant while I'm doing a chore. So if I'm doing laundry, I just love to sit and fold and listen to what's going on. I don't say anything. I just listen to the birds outside or my kids giggling in the room. I'm not doing 50 million things while I'm doing laundry. I'm staying present in the one task that I want to do. And that really just helps me step back and start becoming aware of what's going on, start becoming aware of how I finish my task at hand, right? So, all right. And then here's a fun one. Like, there is a reason preschools teach coloring. It's a way for kids to have an outlet. It's a way for them to become more mindful, to stay in their mindfulness. It just really relieves it. It gives them like relief, right? And it enters them into almost a meditative state without sitting and like chanting and all of that. Like, they can sit quietly, they can concentrate on one thing that they are focusing on, right? And then the stress and the anxiety levels, they dissipate almost. They're lowered because they don't got all of that extra stimulation coming in and coming out. So this is an awesome thing for us parents to do. Now, I saw one of my friends, and this is awesome. I love this idea. Every morning at breakfast, they have like their containers of markers and colored pencils and all that. And then they have those coloring books, and they finish eating breakfast, and then they sit and color just for a little bit before they start getting ready and doing all of that. But it gets him and his kids in that it starts their day off with flow. Like, they are telling themselves how they want to start their day. They're not having the world tell them that you're going to start your day off in chaos, because then that sets the tone for the whole rest of the day, right? Okay, so that is mindful coloring. It's really super fun. All your kids will love it. They have those super cool coloring books now. You can find them anywhere. So, all right. And then another trick that I like to do to step back and slow down is I like to have something all day that reminds me. So it's called like a mindfulness trigger. Excuse me. So it could either be like, if I hear a dog barking, then that's when I know I'm going to breathe in and breathe out, stop what I'm doing, and just breathe in and breathe out for just like a few seconds. Nothing huge. It's not going to like be pertinent to how my day ends up, right? But whenever I hear that trigger, so it could be maybe the doorbell, or it's dog barking, or maybe whenever you get a text message, you hear that little ding. It could be anytime your kids say, "Mom," that might be pertinent to how your day ends, right? You might be doing a lot of meditation if that's your trigger. But whatever sound it is that you have, that's the thing that you're going to tell yourself, okay, that's my cue for me to just take deep breaths, to stop what I'm doing, and to try to get into that mindful, happy place that will help slow everything down, that will help me listen better, right? So that's a fun one. Hope you like it. All right, so step number 3. Are you guys still writing all this down? These are fun little tricks, and honestly, your kids are going to love them too. So just make sure you write them down, and that way you can stick them in anywhere in your life and use them. So step number 3, we're going to check in more with how we are feeling. Now, I'm a huge believer on your feelings, and I have to say, before I can say I was a mindful parent, I never checked in with my feelings. I always like blocked them or stuffed them down, or made sure that they didn't have a presence in my life, pretty much, right? I would say I wasn't even a crier. Like, I just really never cried about anything until I started feeling my feelings, right? And the way to do that is just to kind of, and this is like so this can go with anything. It can go with like grief. It can go with just if someone says something that hurts you, any part of the spectrum of your feelings. Like, you can use these techniques. And so the most important part is to start feeling how you feel. And that's another tool that I have for manifestation, but that's a whole nother webinar. One of my other favorite little tricks to do is manifest things. So, all right. So just let silence be. Like when your kids are talking to you and they're telling you something, instead of trying to fix what they're saying, just sit back and look at them and listen to them. And I want you to find the uneasiness in your body. Like, where are you feeling the constriction of like, I've got to talk, or I've got to do this, or where is it at? Is it in your mind? Is it in your heart? Is it in your hands? Do you need to keep busy? All right, so here's a few little more fun tips and tricks on how I like to become aware of this and how I like to check in with my feelings, and honestly, how I brought my feelings to the surface and was able to start feeling them again, okay? All right, mindful walks. All this talking makes me really thirsty. Sorry. All right, mindful walks. So these are walks that you go on, and they can be with your kids or not, but nothing is talked about. Nothing. You say nothing. And maybe if you're going on a long walk with your family, just make the first 10 minutes or 5 minutes even. Okay, this is the mindful part of our walk. We're not going to say anything. We're just going to notice everything that's going around us. Okay, and then we can talk about it all later. But for the first 5-10 minutes, whatever you decide, we are not going to say anything to each other. We're not going to pull on each other to make us look at something different. We are just going to be in our present bodies. We're going to keep walking, and we're going to notice. We're going to notice whatever we want to notice. We're going to notice the clouds, the skies, the airplanes, the flowers. We're going to notice the bugs on the floor, the ground. Whatever it is, we're just going to notice. We're just going to let silence be. It's really interesting how many times you'll want to say things. You'll want to interject something like you'll want to show people something. But you're going to notice how refreshing it feels at the end of that walk, how amazing and like just reinvigorated your whole body will feel by just letting silence be. Now, this is something new. It's something new for your whole family, so it's going to be difficult in the beginning. But go with it, right? We're just noticing where the uneasiness is in our bodies. And explain that to your kids too. They're going to find it weird too. Like, mom wants to go on a walk and not talk. All right. So another thing that I love to do during the day, I start my mornings and I end my evenings with just quiet meditation time. You can call it whatever you want. Quiet time, meditation, chanting, I don't know, but just sitting and being still. You're not on your phone. You're not writing. You're not reading. You're just sitting and being still. And you're enjoying the time, and you're watching your thoughts come in, and you're watching your thoughts come out, and you're just staying present with what's going on. And if you can start your morning like that, that to me sets the whole precedent of how your day is going to go. You have just become the boss and told your day, this is how I'm starting my day. I'm not starting my day with my kids screaming in my face, telling me to get up. I'm not starting my day with the coffee pot like overflowing and spilling all over. I am going to start my day with peace and calmness, and I'm going to end my day like that. And when you can do those two things, Well, I'll tell you, when you can end your night or end your day like that, you kind of go into this peaceful vortex at night in your sleep, and you're able to have those peaceful dreams. You wake up and you're there and you're still starting that. So they just kind of intervene together and they overlap, but you notice it throughout your whole day when you have those two peaceful, calming end caps. Okay. All right. So moving along, we're going to talk about no screens for a day. Now, what would that look like to you? Like, would that be torturous or would it be okay? You could even do this just like from a time period. So like I like to do no screens from like 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock. I like to do no screen time during the week, school days. I especially like to do no screen time in the mornings. I feel like that sets another precedent for how my day is going to be. And if my kids start out on the screens, the whole rest of the day is skewed. I really truly think it melts their brains. And I know my kids hate when I say that, but I do. So just think about how often you're using the screen. What apps could you take off of your phone that would just have you checking your phone less? How could you just be more present, right? All right, moving along. All right, so we've kind of come to the end. I told you I was going to tell you about that amazing program I've got coming up at a ridiculous price, right? But I just want to share a few quotes with you. These ones just stuck out with me when I was making the webinar. One small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day. And so that's kind of where that quiet morning comes in, is if you can start out positive, it changes your whole day. It sets the vibe, it sets the tone for how your day is going to be. And then when you can really just savor the goodness in your life, that's when you start seeing the miracles that are already there. That's what's so amazing, is you already have these miracles in your life. It's just we get so busy and overwhelmed and stuck that it's really hard to see. And so when we can retrain our brains into seeing that miracle in life, that's when things start happening, right? All right, so moving along. So I have an amazing new program coming out, and I want all my friends to be in it, but I don't know if that would make it amazing, because that would be way too many women, right? All right, so here's the deal. It's 90 days to achieve the Fab Mommy lifestyle. 90 days. So what happens is I'm going to put you in this group for 90 days, and you're going to find more family flow, where I'm going to teach you tips and tricks on how to get more flow into your family, how your kids can get in flow, how you can get in flow, how your husbands can get in flow, and have things just come at you with ease and be effortless. And just, it's like I said, it's kind of miraculous. So, all right. And then also in this 90 days to the Fab Mommy lifestyle, I'm going to teach you how to attract more abundance. Now, abundance to me does not necessarily mean money, but I do have to say that money is a big part of our flow. It's an energy, just like our weight is an energy. So if we have lots of weight, that's an abundance of weight. We want to get rid of that though. How can we switch it and turn the tables? How can we attract more money? How can we attract more friends? How can we attract more special gifts, right? What is it that we need to attract more of, that you would like to see grow in abundance in your life? How can we attract more of that? Okay. So I will teach you tricks on how to do that, how to get it into a routine so that it becomes a lifestyle and you don't even notice. The great part about this is you're going to be getting a journal, like a checklist. And so you're going to be able to visually see at the beginning of the the start of the 90 days, how you felt, what was going on, and then at the end of the 90 days, you'll be able to visually see how you changed, how you were transformed, and how this journey helped you. So, all right, and then finally in the 90 days to the Fab Mommy lifestyle, I'm also going to teach you how to be blissfully happy no matter what's going on. Now, I don't know if all of you know my story. When you join this program, I'll tell you my story, but over the last, I don't know, couple years, we had some crazy family stuff happening, right? And in any other circumstance, I think people would have been like, wow, just quit. But I chose not to. I chose to stay blissfully happy no matter what. No matter what was happening, I wanted to stay happy. I wanted to stay strong for my kiddos. And so I have all of those tips and tricks to teach you how you can stay blissfully happy no matter what is going on. All right? So here is what you are going to get. You are going to get, of course, you're going to get access to me. I'm going to put you in a Facebook group it's going to be an intimate group of women. And it's going to be a private Facebook group. So nobody else can come in. It's only going to be us. We're only going to be sharing to each other. And what you're going to get, you're going to start off with, like I said, it's going to be like a checklist, a journal of everything you've got to do every day, and then journaling all your stuff that you've got to do every day. And you're going to be able to visually and physically see your transformation. Of course, you're going to start feeling happy. You're going to start feeling love. You're going to start being blissful. You're going to start having all that flow coming in. Like, imagine waking up and having energy. Imagine waking up and being ready to go, being excited to do whatever it is you have to do. And imagine going to bed and being like, yes, I get to go to bed and start dreaming. I'm not tired. I don't have a to-do list of 50 million things to do. I want you guys to feel fabulous, right? That is why I named it this. I want you guys to feel amazing. And these are all the tricks that I use to get to where I'm at today. Because I'll tell you, this was not my life a couple years ago, 3-4 years ago maybe. It was, like I said, the cray-cray train. All right, so you're going to get in the Facebook group. But in that Facebook group, what we're going to do is we're going to have live strategy calls once a week. And once a week. It's going to be for 90 days though. But you're going to be able to ask questions. We're going to be able to get your questions answered by me. And then we'll be able to specifically tailor to whatever you've got going on. We can figure out how you can weave it into your life and make this a lifestyle. Now, remember, it only takes 21 days to change a habit, right? This is a 90-day program. So you are, at the end of 90 days, you are by far going to be in this lifestyle. Now, the reason I made it 90 days and not a 21-day thing is because we get derailed sometimes. Life happens, right? And I want to be able to take those experiences and tell you how you can tweak them and adjust them so that you can get back in flow. And so you not just fall off the train and then that challenge is over. I want to be able to show you how to sustain this, how to make this a lifestyle for the rest of your life. Okay. So that is the purpose of why it's 90 days. We're going to have all those strategy calls once a week in the group, but I'm also going to have pre-recorded, like a toolbox, a kit of different tips and tricks that you can use and start incorporating into your life so that you can find more flow for yourself, for your family, so that you can start attracting the abundance and so that you can be blissfully happy no matter what decides to try and derail your life. You are going to come out on top. You are going to come out energized. You are going to come out being a fab mommy. Okay? So here's the deal. I'm offering it to only my friends here, right here. If you make it to the end of this webinar, this is the only place that you will see this, it's for $197. Okay? for 3 months. That is less than $100 a month. That is like less than a gym membership. Okay, this is a transformation. This is a journey that I will be leading you on. We will be in a close, intimate group, and we will all be able to watch each other and support each other and help each other and cheer each other on. You cannot get this from a gym. You cannot get this from a therapist or a psychiatrist. You cannot get feel this amazing interaction and these step-by-step processes anywhere else but right here. And I've got to tell you, I am so super passionate about the women in my group. I am so determined for all of them to have success, for all of them to be on this transformation. I do not believe that we were put on this earth to struggle and to be overwhelmed and to be unhappy. I truly believe that you can create your reality and that you can make your life what you dream it up to be. And so I want to teach you how to do that. No matter how stuck you feel, I truly believe that you can create your reality, okay? So $197. That's it for the whole 3 months. You will be put into this program and you will be transformed. All right, so here's what you need to do. Here is my contact information. I couldn't think of the word. You're gonna have to fill out a pre-questionnaire form before this happens. And the reason I do that is because I don't want everybody to join. I have to tell you, if you're going to bring drama to the mamas, no, we can't do that. I need to make sure that you are in a place where you are ready to commit, that you are ready to make transformations, that you are ready to have it all, that you are ready to create your reality. So the first thing I need you to do is fill out the pre-questionnaire form, and then we can move from there. We can put you on my calendar. We'll schedule a call where you and I can talk one-on-one. I don't want you to join right now. I don't have any buttons or something that says pay now, join now. No, I want to make sure this is going to be right for you. I want to make sure that you are going to make it to the end of this 90 days. Okay. So here's the deal. You can email me back. I will put a link to the questionnaire form, and I will also put a link to my schedule. But all you have to do is take that first step. All you have to do is take that leap and leap easily and swiftly into your best life yet, right? You were meant and you are worthy of realizing what your dream is, okay? So just know that the universe is fully going to support you. And if you're listening to this, it's probably at the right time. You're probably thinking, oh my gosh, I'm ready. I needed something like this, right? It is not a synchronicity. It is the universe aligning us, okay? It is meant to be for you to be in this program. So all you need to do is take action. And that is one of the things for manifestation that I teach too, is taking action. Nothing happens if you just sit. You have to take action. And so the step number 1 for you today is to contact me. I have 3 different forms right here of where you can contact me. Let's get on the phone, let's chat, and we will make it happen. All right? All right, so I'm super excited for you to be joining my tribe. I'm super excited to be opening up this group and having a new tribe. I love the energy. So, all right, I hope that was helpful for everyone. And I love you.